Today, I'm going to get into my pickups at this year's National. You ready? Then let's do it. Hey, what is up, everybody? Victor, the rookie card specialist, coming at you. Well, really excited about today's video because this is what it's all about, right? This is why we plan our work our plan, and that is to progress the PC. And typically every year at the National, I will work on my Roberto Clemente basic set registry. And I looked up the numbers before I pressed record today. Going into the show, I had 11 of the 20 cards. So I need nine cards to complete that set registry. I was able to pick up 3 of them at this year's National. My primary focus was on the 1956 tops. Now, the problem that I ran into this one was it was either at a grade that was in my range. I was shopping for like a 4 or a 5 or a 6 for this card. When I found them, they were typically, the eye appeal was a bit not to my liking. With the Roberto Clemente basic set registry, I am being ultra picky on eye appeal. And the ones that I found, a 4 in particular that I was looking at, it just looked really, really bad shape. And for the type of money that they were wanting, without coming down at all or very much, to me, just wasn't worth it. So there were either copies that I didn't like, or there were copies that were out of my range. And there was plenty of 1956 tops for Roberto Clemente in PSA 7 and 8, but that was out of my range. I didn't want to spend that much on that. So the other issue that I had was how expensive cards were at this year's National. I don't know what was up with these dealers. I don't know if they all organized and had pre-show meetings and everybody's kind of sticking together and going high, but it seemed like, especially on the vintage stuff, man, stuff was way over comps, and I was kind of discouraged the first day because we're not talking, 5% over comps, 10% over comps. We're talking like some of these folks were not even in the same stratosphere. They were like, a card that is comping for, $1,500, they're wanting $4,000, that kind of thing. And not everybody, but some of them were that high. So you really had to take your time, be patient, shop around. I shopped for these cards pretty intensely. Wednesday, to be honest with you, I didn't even purchase anything. I just saw the prices of things and I was just feeling the room out. And I said, you know what? I'm not buying anything. Thursday, I started putting together some bundles with a couple of dealers, kind of just planting seeds and kind of just getting the deal going. But man, they were just not budging very much at all. And so I went ahead and, I paused and I didn't purchase anything. Well, come Thursday evening, I go back to these guys and just to feel them out and look at the cards that I had bundled. Well, now some of them are being sold. And I'm like, man, what happened to that 73 tops you had here? Oh man, it's gone. And it's like, oh, so that was kind of the things that you were up against. So the cards that, you really want, if you wait too long, the problem is that collectors were paying the higher price. And so you ran into that competition of stuff being sold out from underneath you after you had a game plan already in place. And that's kind of what happened to me. On the 1956, by Friday afternoon, I had just given up on it. It just, I shopped and I couldn't find anything in my range that I liked, and I just gave up on it and I pivoted into something else. But I was able to get a couple of deals done. To be honest with you, I picked up 20 cards total for the PC. Um, I paid on all 20 cards when I went on VCP and I did the average price for all 20 cards, and I uh, mirrored it with what I paid. And when I did the tally, I paid $173 over comps for all 20 cards. Now, some, you got under comps, but other cards you were at comps, and then certain cards you were over comps. So when it was all said and done and we tallied up everything and compared it to vintage card prices, average prices, I was $173 over comps. So with that said, that was kind of the case with the entire national, especially on the vintage side of things. These guys were not coming down very much at all. Some of them were just on a different planet. But some of them, come Friday, Saturday, they started to be a little bit more flexible. But then at the same time, those like really key cards that you're looking for, they're gone. And so it's kind of hard to compete or complain when people are buying stuff over comps. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and flip this camera around and show you the 20 cards that I picked up. Stay tuned. Here we go. Okay, friends, I'm going to get started. What I'm learning is, at the moment, always learning. What I'm really learning is I need to figure out a way to show cards. I need some kind of setup that's going to be easy to set up and readily available, because I really struggle on how I'm going to show cards. So with that said, I'm going to start with this one. 1982 Donruss of Cal Ripken Jr., rookie card. This first stack that I'm going to show you is basically lower end stuff that I like, lower end stuff that's going to be for my set registry of the 100 best cards of the 1980s. Love that set. I'm putting that one together, and that's where this one will go. Also, picked up this Cal Ripken O-Pee-Chee. I'm a big fan of O-Pee-Chee baseball. As soon as I see stuff like this in a box where it's just, $10, $15, $20, and I see stuff like this, I jump all over it. With that said, to be perfectly honest with you, there wasn't a whole lot of that kind of stuff at this show. There was tons of it, don't get me wrong, but it was all like ultra modern basketball. That stuff was coming out of your ears. But stuff like this, bargain boxes for slabs with 70s, 80s, 90s, not very much of it at all. It's usually, I'm shocked because that's usually one of the first things I look for. And there was just not much of it to really go around. I would say bargain slab boxes for years between 1976 and 2005 was slim pickings, really. There wasn't very much of it. And that kind of stuff is like right in my wheelhouse. So I wasn't able to pick up a nice stack like I did last year's National, because there was just, all of it was just ultra modern, basketball or baseball or football, but just heavy on ultra modern. And at this moment, I'm not shopping for that kind of stuff. So this next one I found in a bargain box. This will be, again, for the top 100 cards of the 1980s. That's where this one is going to fit. This one is in that set registry. Picked up this really nice looking Tom Seaver, 1986 Topps Traded. Just loved the crispiness of this card. I really loved just the way it just popped. It just spoke to me when I saw this. I think they were asking $20 for it, and this first batch that I'm showing you here was just bundled, and How can I say no to that? How can I say no to this young man? The history that this young man has with his handicap and was still able to have a decent major league career. A lot of admiration for Jim Abbott as I watched him play in his younger days. You don't see that kind of card in a slab bargain box very often, and I was shocked when I saw it, so I picked it up. Also, as a Cubs fan, my wife is a really big Mark Grace fan, but saw this one, picked it up as well, and the next stack I'm going to show you is just stuff that I like. To me, this is one severely underrated set. The 1993 Donruss Elite Dominators. A lot of times when you're shopping for this one, it's hard because this gold foil at the very top and this gold foil emblem here in the corner, they're typically like worn out and they're hard to really find, whole, because they're like fading out and they're scratched up or what have you. But I found this one. Very nice looking card. Foil, gold foil there on the front is complete. But really kind of like the very first inserts that gave you this like prism type technology in the background. I just really love this entire set. I saw it at a decent price. A lot of people mock that it's serial numbered to 5,000. But back in the day, this was these were pretty hard to find. And back in the day, 5,000 was a pretty decent serial numbered card. But I will definitely, if I see these in slab boxes like this, I'll pick them up. Pick this one up. Really excited last night. I was thumbing through the PSA set registry. Ended up finding out that they'd finally created a Michael Jordan baseball set registry. So I was really excited about that. And I started another set registry. And this one is going to be going in that set as well. Picked up a Goldie, which I think is going to be this year's MVP. We'll see how it all unfolds. Having a great season, having a great career. This guy is on the road to the Hall, in my opinion, but really respect what he's been doing, especially since he came over to the Cardinals. He's really taken on and stepped up his game and really has taken on a new role, in my eyes anyways, as a future Hall of Famer. Picked it up in a 9, and also the same dealer had the exact same card in a 10. Picked it up as well. See what happens. See how this card progresses and grows. I may keep one or the other. We'll see how it goes, but excited to add that one to the PC. A little bit of basketball now. I picked up this 2003 Sports Illustrated for Kids. Really card that I don't see very often. And I was talking to the dealer and he had a few of them, and it seems like to him they're hard to price because they don't there's not a lot of comps for these. So he was kind of struggling. But he had a couple of 8s and a 9. And I says, man, you know what? I'm going to pick up one of these 8s because I like it, because I don't see it very often. And this is one of these cards that it's not a rookie card, right? But it is a rookie year card. This is 2003 is LeBron James rookie year, and this card doesn't have all of the qualifications or all of the criteria for a true rookie card designation, but it does have a rookie year designation. And really liked him in this pose here, slamming and in his high school uniform. But really a unique card that you don't see every day. So I pounced on that one. This is for my Michael. This is for my Kobe Bryant rookie card set registry. I need 3 cards for this set. I wanted this one in a 9, had a hard time finding it. I settled on an 8. So I only need two more of Kobe's rookie cards to complete his rookie card set registry run. And excited to add this one. Just an absolutely beautiful card. Next up, this is another. This is a 4-card lot that I got from Got Baseball Cards. Got Baseball Cards had amazing cards for sale. He was the one dealer that I saw that was really pricing things very fairly, and he was coming down, and he would allow offers and would accept offers. So really happy with this 4-card lot. But picked up this one. I looked through my set registry. I did not have a single Yao Ming rookie card until today and until this week. So glad to add this one to the PC. Absolutely beautiful card. Tops expectations. Very nice card. And this 3-card lot, I was looking for something then. This 4-card lot, I should say, but this 4-card lot I bought on Saturday, and I was really, since I didn't pick up the 56 Topps Clemente, I was kind of like, you know what, I don't want to plan, I just want to buy something that just catches my eye, something that really just speaks to me, something that I really enjoy. So I spent all Saturday morning and part of Saturday afternoon, and I came across this 4-card lot, and I just knew because when it hit me because of the nostalgia factor that came along with these 4 cards. The first one was the Yao Ming, and the next 3 are these. The 1997 Pinnacle Inside WNBA. I remember when I was a card dealer in 97, and I remember when these first came out. I remember having tons of these cards, and of course, I sold all of my cards in 2004, and these were a part of it. But really, these 3 ladies are basically the pioneers for the WNBA. And I says, you know what, man? When I saw it, it just spoke to me, man. And I says, he just had all 3 of them laid out in the display case just like this. And I says, man, I have got to get these cards, and really glad to add these to the PC. I want to pick up Lisa Leslie now. I'm going to be on the hunt for that one. And just 3 fantastic cards of 3 pioneers of the game. The last lot I'm going to show you is my Clementes. I bought all 4 of these from the same dealer. This is one of the guys that I was trying to make deals with throughout the week. He had some good stuff that I liked, and we couldn't come to terms right away. And he ended up selling some other cards that I wanted, so I was getting frustrated. But I ended up closing a deal out with him, and here we go. 59 Topps, Clemente in a 6. Just an absolutely beautiful card. Nicely centered. When it comes to vintage, I'm kind of a snob for centering and just overall eye appeal. And I shouldn't say a snob. For the Roberto Clemente one, I am a snob because it's going to be like one of my main PCs, and I want it to be of the highest quality possible at the moment of purchase. So that is that one. Just a great looking all around card there. Very clean. Was able to pick up the 1962. Very nice card. It's in an older slab, but it's okay. I like the eye appeal on this one. Very clean, very centered, both front and back. So happy with that one. 69 Topps, Roberto Clemente in a PSA 7. This thing is a beauty. I don't know if this camera will do it justice, but this thing, when I saw this thing, to be honest with you, it looks very undergraded in my opinion. It looks nicer than a 7. So this is going to give me 14 of the 20 cards needed, meaning I need 6 more cards to complete the Clemente basic set registry. And that's one that I really only work on at the National, to be honest with you. Final card that I'm going to show you here is this beauty. 1960 Topps, Kari Ostremski. Been wanting this one for quite some time. Been shopping for this one on eBay for quite some time. The ones that I do find, I don't care for the condition, and if I do like the condition, it typically goes for over comps. So there's always a struggle with this one on eBay for me, anyways, when I go shopping for it. But really pleased with this one. He had another 6 in a new PSA slab, but man, when you compared the two, this one in the older flip looked a lot nicer than that other 6 in the newer slab. So I says, you know what? I'm just gonna go with this one. This thing is a stunner, man. Really excited to pick this one up. And it's one of these. This one is notorious for like print marks and blotches on the front, especially up here in this corner. You'll see like black streaks and that. But this one really doesn't have that issue. The front is very clean. The colors just pop beautifully. I'm very happy to add this one to my PC. And these are the 20 cards that I picked up while I was at the National. Overall, I'm very pleased with my pickups. I progressed my registries. I picked up some things that were nostalgic to me, and just overall, a great experience. I'm one where I'm not big on comma cards, meaning cards that are over $1,000. I would rather have, 5 $200 cards or, 3 $300 cards than picking up one $1,000 card. And so, and I'm not saying that that's going to always be the case. My current collecting practices, that's kind of where I'm at. I'd rather have something in the $200 to $500 range is where I would rather be, as opposed to $1,000 to $2,000. I could have picked up a $2,000 or $3,000 card and just picked up one card, but that wouldn't have been that much fun for me, if you understand what I'm saying. So it's just kind of how I do it at the moment. Things or practices could change in the future, as you well know, because we're all hobbying our own way, right? We're all trying to progress our collections, and in my case, I'm trying to progress my set registries. But it's what I enjoy, and it's just kind of where I'm at. And I hope you find your niche, your way of doing things. We kind of all do, and nothing wrong with it. So with that said, those are my pickups. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next one.